What is up, guys? Welcome back. Today we're going to be doing another interview. Blake, if you want to introduce yourself.
I'm Blake. I came to Cole a few months ago just because I struggled a lot with psych issues. I was taking multiple trades a day. I wasn't always in the right headspace. I was literally on charts all day, checking Asia, London, like it didn't matter. I wasn't looking for like higher time frame narratives, things like that to go off of. I was blowing accounts like left and right. And now I finally turned profitable thanks to obviously finally fixing my psych issues. Like you really only need like 1 to 2 trades a day, or sorry, a week to really be like crazy making money.
Yeah.
And then the rest is just winning days. In all honesty. Um, but what I really did struggle with was trading a lot, and then like I would stay on the charts. Like people know it. Like my biggest loss was I was on a 150K. I don't know if I ever told you this,
No.
but I know I talked to Jason a lot about it.
Yeah.
But I got a 150K to 158.2K
Yeah.
and blew it. Like I needed $800
I remember
left,
that
and
was
I
before
blew
you
it.
passed the account, right?
Yeah, that was the last account I blew before passing my first 150 and then getting max allo.
Yeah.
But I remember that account, like that was crazy. Like blowing 8.2K in profit
Yeah.
in a day. So that's kind of like why that was the only thing I struggled with. I always knew I could take like good trades.
Yeah.
I had always like since like last year when I really studied like ICT and all these things, like I could take good paper trades and
Yeah.
things like that. But once I went live, I would just blow accounts
Yeah.
like crazy.
And like, how long you been trading? It's been like a year now, correct?
Yeah. So pretty much I found ICT, like his 2022 mentorship or whatever. I found it around in like July and August.
Yeah.
And like I would literally just go to like my library and just sit there and watch it for like 2 3 hours at a time.
Yeah.
Now wishing back, obviously, like you don't need all that.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody thinks you need all that. I think it's just more like kind of like a ground starting point. Like
Yeah.
unless you like just literally don't, if you don't know what candlesticks are, you shouldn't watch ICT. But if you have like a basis, then I think like going to him. But you can honestly find like other people that teach it like a lot easier, and you don't have to sit there for hours and
Yeah.
watch that.
And I feel like in the beginning, like, I mean, you definitely overcomplicated a lot of stuff because like you were taking some like crazy, like you were trying to snipe some like crazy reversals. I remember it was like,
Yeah, that was the one thing. Like I told AG too when he talked to me about it or on the call, he was saying like low resistance liquidity. Like obviously the draw is very important,
yeah,
and like I feel like also too a lot of people miss certain small little things that they learned, but they just forget about them. Like liquidity is very strong. Like
Yeah.
that's the only reason the market moves is to hunt liquidity, and like if you're not trading to a draw, like your trade's just low probability. Like even if it plays out one time, twice, most of the times it's just not gonna play out.
yeah,
And like once AG talks about that, I went on like a 24-day winning streak, I think.
yeah,
Like and my last losing day or like the losing day after that was like I think $23. Like it was like a
breaking.
slippage off of a break even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like for you, it was pretty like passing that first funded took you a really long. Because like normally people like pass their first funded and then just like blow it. But like for you, how much did you go through? Like 7,000 before you passed the funded, or
Oh, dude. No, well, so the thing is, like if you're talking about like how much money I lost,
yeah.
like in total, like I did stock options, but I
Oh.
did it with like ICT. I did it with ICT terms. That's why like anytime someone asks me about like options and ICT, don't do it. It's so hard to scale.
Yeah.
But like I lost 3K in that, but the rest, yeah, those were pretty much evals. Because I would like size in like with 150Ks,
Yeah.
and then like I would just blow them really fast, go on tilts.
Yeah.
Like it happens fast. Like people don't know, especially like if you have money like set aside for something.
Yeah.
Like let's say you have 3K, you can really fast like 750, 750, 750, 750.
Yeah.
Each time you blow a set of five. So
Yeah. But like for
um,
you, I'm talking about in the beginning. Like you were just doing one eval at a time, right? Or were you doing multiple?
oh yeah, I was doing one eval at a
Yeah.
time. Yeah. And sometimes too, I was taking really long. But there were sometimes though where I would do like 550s like that. But that's when I would like literally go on my tilt.
Yeah.
Like I would blow 150 and I'd be all right, fine, I'll switch to 50Ks.
Yeah.
But like the one account I never did was like 100K.
Yeah. So like you were, what was I gonna say? you were also like risking really light on like the evals in the beginning, right, to try to pass them.
Yeah, at the beginning, yeah, I was like, even the first eval I passed, I think it took me still 8 days,
Yeah,
but like I was still trading good. It's just like I took honestly all great. Like that whole month, PA was amazing.
yeah,
I just took with like light size, but I probably could have passed that account and made even fucking way more
yeah,
if like I didn't go with such light size. And they were 150Ks too.
yeah,
That was the crazy part.
yeah. Because like you were taking good trades, but I swear like I remember you sent your like that first account you passed. It was like you had like a bunch of green days, but they were like 1.5K or something like that. And
Yeah,
it's
like
like
1.5, 2K, 3K, 900.
yeah,
Yeah. And also too, I just realized it was because it was like my last account that I told myself if I blew this account, I actually have to take a break.
yeah,
Like I would have to take a break from trading because I didn't have money.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So it was like that thing that also.
yeah. And that's crazy because after you passed that account on that first like single 150K, you made like what was it 10K or
So yeah, like from before I even got my 5 accounts,
yeah,
yeah, I requested almost 10K. So I requested 3,048 was what I
yeah,
requested for my first payout, and that was in 5 days, I think. Yeah, that
yeah,
was in like literally the first 5 days on the account,
yeah,
and then the next 5 days, like 5 winning days, I requested 5K, and then from there I focused on. I actually waited for the payouts to hit
yeah,
because honestly, the 3K like once they kind of took a minute, but
yeah,
once it hit, I bought my 4 evals after that because obviously I still had no money
yeah,
because I literally paid that last 150 and then once I passed it, I had to pay another 150 to activate it, bro. I
yeah,
had no money,
yeah,
so um, after the payout hit was when I got my 4 evals, and then I remember I passed those evals in two
yeah.
days.
You sized up
Like
for
I
it.
still have the screenshots. It was crazy. I hit like a continuation trade
Hmm.
with heavy size, and then I sniped another limit for like 10 minis
Yeah,
and hit it within like 5 seconds.
yeah,
Like it was crazy, but like obviously I wouldn't do that now, but it was something I saw and I took it. But
yeah. And then on those accounts, you ended up with close to like 60,000 on the month, right? Like you got two payouts on two
oh
max payouts
yeah,
on those accounts.
yeah. So yeah, obviously like I was gonna talk about that too. Like one of my biggest day was 6.7 across all 5.
Yeah,
That was the day that I took like the 3 trades, but I reset myself from the 26 out of 30 to
yeah,
0 because I took so many trades in a day.
hmm,
Because I kind of saw myself just going back. Like I was still taking high quality trades, but
yeah,
you don't ever want to like, because even it just takes one trade for those to lose. Like, because the first day I took a win, I think I was up like 1 point something, like 1.8 or something like that. And then I took another trade. It was light size, you
yeah,
know what I mean? But like, there's no point of going light size. Like,
yeah,
you rather just get off for the day.
yeah,
Like, light size is an indication probably just shouldn't take a trade.
yeah,
Um, but and then I hit that, and then I took another trade.
yeah,
Like 3 trades, even though they all won, like that's just not a good habit that you want long term.
yeah,
Like today, like I know a lot of people took shorts later in the day. I didn't take it just because I was off,
yeah,
just
same.
because that's like how I trade now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I remember that specifically that day because like you were like winning most of your, I don't know, like all of your trades really. But I remember that I was like telling you, like, dude, like you gotta like drop this mindset because like the second you take
chill.
3 trades in a day, it's like, dude, it's gonna come crashing down. Like,
Yeah.
because the thing is, like, when you're winning most of your trades, you do end up getting like an ego. You just like feel like, yeah, like I win every single trade I take. But then when that loss comes, it's really hard to actually like stomach it. And what was I gonna say? It's hard to stomach it, and you're probably not gonna wait, and you're probably gonna end up blowing those accounts. So I remember I told you, it's like, dude, after you made that like decent amount, I was like, please, please, like size down and get your like winning days. Like, don't
Yeah,
get
you were
greedy.
like, just secure the payout, please. Just secure the payout.
As I was tweaking out, I felt like you would just have one bad day where you ended up, crashing out. But
Yeah.
now you fix that, and like, what are you taking like 2 trades a week, 3 trades a week, pretty much?
Yeah, no, this whole week I've taken 2 trades. Well, 3, I guess, but 1 break even. But
Yeah.
I took a winning trade. Oh, wait, no, Monday was the shorts. So
Yeah.
Tuesday and Wednesday, I took longs. And then, like, today and yesterday were terrible. So I just didn't trade.
Yeah.
But I think Monday was the day I got break even.
Yeah.
Or, no, it was yesterday. Yeah, Monday I didn't take shorts.
Yeah.
But yeah, 2 to 3 trades like a week, especially if you catch like a winning trade Monday and Tuesday, you should very well just like not be looking to either take a trade
Yeah.
or like really like be quick to go break even or like light size, something like that. That's how I would trade Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Friday's always going to be like most likely ass. Like that's why I just go into the day expecting not to trade.
Yeah.
But yeah, really wanted to fix that too because I know like for me the biggest thing was my tilt.
Yeah.
Like I know if I took a loss, I would like take it to heart, like how the hell did my trade not play out type
Yeah.
thing. But people have to realize like the market's just not gonna play out every time at the same time every day and like in the same conditions, same way.
Yeah.
Like there's still London, Asia, like I was telling in the call that one time.
Yeah.
Like there's Asia, London, all the times that the market can move. And it's not going to happen every time at 9:30, 9:50, the ICT macro windows, whatever. So
I feel like the thing too, a lot of people just, I feel like Friday's like one of the worst days because most people will like give back all their profit. I always tell people like, dude, if you caught like a trade Monday, Tuesday, like Tuesday, Wednesday, like that's what I did. I caught a trade, was it Monday and Tuesday, and I was like, dude, going into Friday, like today, it's like, why would you end the week off on a loss? Especially like some people will just say like, nah, I gotta take a trade today, and then you end the week off on a loss. It just like ruins your weekend. You're probably gonna tilt too. A lot of people forget that they have to like work on like actually preserving the money that they make as well, because like that's one thing I've noticed that some people just like cannot not take a trade for the day.
Yeah, that was one thing I struggled with too. Like that was when I was kind of walking myself through my XFAs, like the 150 case.
Mm-hmm.
I was also like noticing too. I was like, damn, I haven't like not taken a trade. Like, and I felt like that's bad. Like that's why I wanted to like really like try and like stick to that window. Like how I've been telling people like to like give yourself a window like an hour and a half to find like the most obvious setup. Whether you win or lose that setup, just get off. And literally that is like it's so mind refreshing, at least for me, because like but like today like I avoided like shitty price action just because, especially too when I see like multiple inverses that are just failing, like I'll just get off because price action is just probably gonna chop. And it just saves you a lot. A lot of people don't realize like it's about saving yourself from losses and headaches rather than missing like these moves. Like yesterday longs played out like pretty nice, but I didn't care about that because like I was at work, bro. I was like I was doing other things. Like it had already been an hour and a half in the chop. Like I just didn't want to sit there and wait until the move would happen.
Yeah, so exactly. And another thing too is I feel like for some reason people, well actually the other thing I was gonna ask, so you're from the West Coast, obviously market open is pretty early for it's at 6:30. What does your like normal day look like going into like trading?
Yeah, so for me, so like work is really early for me, so it kind of helps. Like I know a lot of people don't like to trade at work, but I take my MacBook with me or like a laptop. But always, it doesn't need to be like a set in stone thing for the market. Like for me, it's more of just getting ready for my day rather than like to trade. Like I'm not like, oh my God, like let me go look at like the liquidity that's sitting, here and there. Like I literally just get up like it's a normal day, just brush my teeth, things like that. But when I trade like on a normal day, like if it's from the house, I'll just literally come sit here. I'll watch YouTube. I don't usually check the market until like 6:20, which is like 9:20 or whatever, in New York. Because that's like when like I'm really gonna be looking at it. Like anything before that, like why are you even checking that? Like you're not gonna enter anything before that. Like if your rules are set in stone, you're not gonna take a trade before like 9:30. And that's why I love Top Step too. I started doing that. Like when I traded Asia, like I don't know if you remember when I traded Asia, but I started locking myself out until 9:30 the next day, or like 6:30 the next day, till like you could trade. Because like I literally would go trade it, and that's like the worst thing you could do. I would sit there like not for like the dopamine. Like I honestly didn't take any losses really in Asia, but it was more of the fact like I know I wouldn't have enjoyed that whole night, like if I took a loss or like even a break even, because I know I could have had a winning day or and like I remember one day I sat on my computer and then it was night out. Like that was when I was like, it's bad, like because it was sun out and then like it became night. It was like 5 to 8. I sat there. Like it was crazy.
Yeah. So you said you put on YouTube. Like I pretty much do the same thing. Like I don't like check the charts until like literally 5 minutes before open, because it's like so many people center their whole day around trading, and like you end up taking a trade. Like I always tell you, like if you're just in like a relaxed mindset, like you won't really care if you take a trade or not for the day. If you're just like kind of distracted too, like you have something watching YouTube, you're just like winding down versus like you get ready, you like clock in on the charts 30 minutes before,
Yeah.
all this. Like, dude, because I used to do that a while back, and it just like, there's no need. If anything, I feel like it makes your psychology worse. Because now it's like, dude, I did all this in the pre-market preparation. Like, now I got to take a trade, and it's like,
Yeah, you do all that just for it not to play out. Exactly.
yeah,
Like that's why I think I would go on all those crazy tilts. It's because you literally sit there, you'll do an analysis, like, and that's the thing too with like ICT complicating things. Like you'll look at PD arrays, like discount premium of the ranges, and then like you'll get this whole bias, and then you'll marry it. But like it just if it's not like at that time at that certain like point of day, like you're gonna get cooked.
yeah, exactly. And another thing, I feel like some people would wonder, like, did you like, are you in college right now, or did you go to school? Like, what did you end up doing?
Yeah, so I'm technically like still in college. Like I don't plan to be in college, obviously. Like it's not what I want to do long term.
Yeah,
Um, but it's always just gonna be like a backup plan. Like I think like everybody should have a backup plan.
yeah,
Like obviously when I wasn't making this much money, I was in college, I was working. Like I don't think anybody should be stupid about this. Like I'm not gonna be stupid with my money.
yeah,
Like I've already set some of it aside. Um, but college wise, I don't plan to be there much longer. But I was going for like computer science. But that was the thing too. Like that was kind of why I knew college wasn't for me. If you can't decide what you want to do in college,
yeah,
like I don't think it's for you. I never knew what I want to do in college. Like I would switch my major every other semester. So
yeah. And like, what are your like? Did you ever end up telling your like parents about like how much you're making or no?
I have only told my mom I made 10K. I have not told her like the grand scale. I haven't told really anybody. It's because like I don't want to build that in my head. Like that's why I don't know if you've noticed I don't really send P&Ls that much
Exactly.
anymore. Like it's because like I noticed I did that a lot when I first kind of got funded and all this, and I didn't really want it to get to my head like you were saying, drop the ego and all this.
Exactly.
And it's also too like I also kept seeing like a ton of shit like on my feed about like what can be given, can be taken, like all these things.
Yep.
Like, and I just did not want to be a part of that, and I didn't want to experience it the hard way.
Yep.
So I pretty much just like stopped flexing it and all that. And I just told my mom like, yeah, like I'm good. I made like I'm not doing college, but it's because I'm doing. So I told her I made a base 10K, but other than that, no, not really.
Yeah, I feel like it's the second you start like talking to other people about how much like you're making or whatever, it's not a good feeling. 'Cause, like, it never comes out in like a nice way, and like I don't think like what you said, like it can be like a lot of stuff can be taken away, really quickly. People don't realize that's why it's so important. I always tell people to stay like level-headed, stay like humble, because whatever you do, like it can be taken away, and it's just important to be grateful for how much you're making. I kind of did the same thing with like my parents. I just told them, it's like, yeah, I'm good, but like there's really no point. I feel like a lot of people, it gets to their ego. Like another thing too, I was talking about too, like some people, I was talking about that yesterday, remember? It's like some people care more about flexing P&Ls to other dudes.
Oh
than
yeah,
they
like
care-
literally to grown men. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like other grown men. You care more about like sharing like eval P&Ls or like things like that, or like even if like the payout's not secured, things like that. I think sending like maybe like the screenshot of the Gmail is fine, I guess, but like anything before that, I think it's just premature, and you're kind of asking for it. But gloating, I don't know, like a lot. Like I took a win the past 2 days, besides yesterday, obviously, and a lot of people blew their accounts like the days before. I like imagine I sent those P&Ls
Yeah.
like you're gonna make so much other people feel like shit,
Yeah.
and it's just not really worth it to me.
Exactly.
And then also like again with God, like I always want to be like on the right side with that. So
Yeah, I completely agree, because what I've noticed, just in life in general, like I was talking about this, a lot of people that I've met that, have that ego, it just like strays you away from, wanting to be friends with someone or wanting to talk to them. It's just like an unpleasant experience, and like, you know, eventually you're going to get humble. Like I always tell people, like training school, right? You can make money, but you should never feel like you're better than, anyone else. You should never feel like, oh, okay, now like you're that guy because, you have some numbers on the screen. It's good, like, you're able to now like be a bit more comfortable. You're able to, take care of yourself, and, you're, I don't know, like you're good now. But it doesn't mean like you should
Yeah.
boast about it. It doesn't mean you should, think you're better than everyone else doesn't mean you should, change that mindset, because like
Yeah.
no one likes that.
Yeah, it'll also suck too, because that one, like, that day will come where like you'll have a bad day,
Mm,
and like someone will ask you about it. That's kind of why I also stopped talking about my trading days. Like, people in your like the server will ask me like what I took,
yeah.
and things like that, just because like they know like I'm a somewhat better trader. But in terms of like posting trades, just like you're gonna get a day where you're gonna have a bad day, and then someone's gonna ask you like, "What'd you take?" and all this, and it's gonna get to you so bad.
Exactly.
Like, that's why like my mom, I remember one time she gave me money like on stock options to. I forgot about this. Holy shit!
Yeah.
She gave me money like to trade because she believed in me, and then like I lost a majority of that money.
Yeah.
Like, and so like it made sense why she didn't believe in me at first. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So those days where like that, like imagine I told her I made how much I made, and then like I blew all of it or
Yeah.
whatever. Like, I couldn't stomach
No.
telling her I made this much, and then like, so I just stopped talking about it, bro.
Yeah. I feel like that's like a big thing that most people don't really talk about, or they realize. Another thing too, like, I'm glad for you realize that, because for most people, like, when they first start making decent money, that's when the ego
Mhm.
comes, until you get humbled, until you get
Mhm.
what was I gonna say? Until you pretty much get humbled or like called out. Because I remember, like, me personally, in the beginning, like when I started making some, I remember I got an ego, and it was in high school, and it was just such an unpleasant feeling. I remember, like, one time, like, one of my like good friends from high school, like, called me out about it, and I felt so bad. I actually felt so terrible, because I was like, I was becoming something that what was I gonna say? Like, I never wanted to be. And from then, like, from then I was like, dude, I'm never gonna talk about that. I don't want to boast about anything. I don't want to talk about anything.
Mhm.
I don't want to be that guy, just because I feel so bad, right?
Exactly.
I
You're
just feel,
making it your life, huh?
you're
You're making it
making,
your life.
and again, like, it shouldn't be like me personally. Like, I know you do the same thing. Like, trading's probably like the smallest part of my life. It's literally just like your morning.
Uh-huh.
It's your morning. It's
Yeah.
breakfast. Like, for me, like, it's just like going about your day, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't want to center my whole life around being this, like, online guy, like, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, because like people will center their whole life about it, and it's like that's just like one small aspect of your life, where it's like, in the beginning, like, if you're trying to do something different and you don't have it, yeah, but once you get to that point, it's like that's one tiny part of your life that now you completed.
Uh-huh.
Now you can focus on. That's why I always tell people. Now you can focus about what you actually like to do, right? So
Yeah, literally. It literally frees up more time. Like, I always tell people, trading's the one thing where like more work will literally fuck you.
yeah,
Like, you're gonna like hurt yourself if you do more. Like for example, like let's say you learn a new concept,
yeah,
and you specifically look for like that confirmation, and like you're gonna miss a trade just because you're looking for like that, or you're gonna take a stupid trade because you look for that confirmation. But I think I don't know. It kind of differentiates for people.
Mhm.
It just depends like how you're like you trade as well.
yeah.
But
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people think they can like brute force their way, and they can, like, doing more like back testing, like 10 hours a day, 8 hours a day. They think that it's going to help them, but in reality, you're just gonna confuse yourself. You're just gonna stress yourself out, overcomplicate it. A lot of people don't realize that, like, trading pretty much is like damn near like the laziest profession, because it's not like you're doing much most of the time. Like,
it is, bro.
most of the time,
Yeah, like you're in
waiting.
your bed most of the time, bro.
Yeah, you're literally just waiting most of the time, and I feel like for some reason people don't believe that, and I feel like some of the reason why is like social media, because like people will come out there and say like, yeah, if you're not putting like 12 hours a day, like, you don't really want it. It's this whole like mindset,
yeah.
and it's like that's not true. Like, I've met so many traders.
That I feel like that's the initial thing. Like, maybe
Yeah.
when you get started, like if you don't know anything,
On
sure, like
videos,
you can
the
put more
first-
time to it.
Yeah,
But once you know what you're doing and you have a model, you have a setup, like
Yeah.
you know your risk management plan, you know all your psychology rules, all this.
Yeah.
You don't need like to spend like that's not what trading is.
Yeah.
It's literally like an hour and a half, 2 hours max. Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't see anything past that. If you are, you're just hoping, like I said yesterday, like if you're trading now, like you're hoping, like you're not looking for a trade. Like I say in the morning, you're waiting.
Mm-hmm.
After anything after that, you're hoping. Like you're hoping for a trade. You're not waiting. And so, and like people always think like it's short term too, like with P&Ls, I was talking about that.
Yeah.
Like it's a long term thing, like literally like 2 to 3 trades. What would that be like in a month? Like, I don't know, 8 to 10, like, I don't know, something like that. But that will pay you crazy, like especially across 5 accounts.
Yeah.
Like literally those 3 trades. Like let's say that I took in one day. If I split those across 3 days, like that's still 6.7 across 5.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
Like in 3 days.
30K. Yeah, exactly. And I feel
So
like another thing too, people focus more on the P&L than trades. Like I always tell people, the root of everything is trades. If I see someone taking good trades and they're not making money yet, it's like I know they're gonna start making money. Like I remember with AG, he was taking really good trades. He wasn't making money yet, but I was like, yeah, this guy's gonna start making money. I don't know if it's a month from now, 2 months from now, 3 months, 4 months. And it's like he had that, you know, moment like 2-3 months after that where he started making money. But everything comes down from good trades, because some people associate like green with being good and red with being bad, when in reality it's like, did you take a good trade or did you take a bad trade?
exactly, bro. Exactly. Cause like, and the thing is, like, the market like has really weird timings. Like, you can literally go on a hot streak trading like the worst setups
Yeah.
for like 2 to 3 weeks and think you're the hot shit.
Yeah.
And then like price will like go back to normal and you'll get cooked. Like you'll get like a reality check.
Yeah.
And that's why like I think like really waiting for like the most obvious setup. Like I tell like I was like Alex is one of the people I've really been working with.
Yeah.
Because he actually like takes it pretty serious. But like when you like see the most obvious setup, like you're willing to put like your whole thing on it, and like that's one of your 2 trades a week, like that's when you're gonna make like serious money.
Exactly.
Because there's no like doubt in it. Like literally when I enter a trade, I set my stop first just to see my risk.
Yeah.
And then like I literally set my TP to where I want it. And I literally go on TikTok.
Yeah.
I go on YouTube.
Exactly.
I don't even look at it. The only time I look at it is like in a couple minutes just to see if I should go break even or just where it's at. But literally after that, I'm not really. And once I'm break even, I deadass walk away.
Yeah, well,
I
exactly.
don't care. I do not even care.
I always tell people that, because you can literally be patient. You can wait 3 days for a setup, and then you enter it, and because now you're entering and you see that P&L, you like second guess yourself. And it's like, dude, if you're actually able to spot out good trades, walk the fuck away. I like scroll on TikTok. Sometimes it's like, dude, if I have my trade at break even, or if like I'm like managing it, I don't want to watch that. Like no one wants to watch it like slowly.
Yeah, dude, because imagine you
fucks
see
with
your P&L start to go down after you're in longs, like that one day where we caught like that like really crazy long. Like, not recently, it was like a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
But it was just like crazy. Like price ran like a few hundred points in like 15-20 minutes.
Yeah.
And we were both in that.
Yeah.
But like it literally like dipped like this, and then the candle shot up. Like I remember my break even was like for 1,000 in profit.
Yeah.
Like if that came anywhere close to that, I would have been tilted. Like I would have wanted to close.
Yeah.
Like you just can't do that. And then it literally kept running. Like if you just walked away, you came back to like bread.
Yeah, exactly. The thing is, like, you're just gonna be emotional, like managing it when you're watching that P&L. And it's like, for most people, I'd say it's better to walk away. Like in the beginning, I had like really bad psychology, and like I remember the first like green week I ever had is where I would place my trades and then just close my phone. And like before that, whenever I would watch the trades, I'd manage it early, I'd emotionally break even, I'd do all this stuff. The first time I like told myself like I'm just gonna let it play out, that's when I actually held full size, I actually held full TPs. And for most people, like they feel just like the dopamine, or they want to watch it, they want to see that P&L, they want to see that number, and it's the easiest way to mess yourself up psychologically.
Yeah. And that's the thing too. Most people are good traders. Like you were probably a good trader. Like I say I was a good trader.
Yeah.
But the psych issue is the fact that people trade bad days.
Yeah.
Like, or they'll think like it's a decent setup, but like if you really like have such a clean setup and like you're willing to take it, and like you can just be man enough to say, okay, I know my risk, like this is what I'm willing to risk, and just walk away. Like you'll be surprised how many trades hit because you're taking good trades.
Yeah.
Like it's not like you're taking buns trades, but people will like think they see something and try to convince themselves like, oh no, this is that, like and even trying to break down trades, but really it's just like market conditions.
Yeah.
Like if you see how the market's moving and it's not clear and obvious, then why would you take it? Like I remember someone asked me earlier today, because they took a break even or a lot. No, they took a loss today on shorts, and they basically bottom ticked it. Like there was just a fat candle down.
Yeah.
And they took it, but they didn't realize like there was a 1 minute gap. They were taking it like just to see the respected. But the 1 minute gap literally did this. Like it kept wicking.
Yeah.
And then finally that candle, and then that's where they entered. Like if it takes 10 candles, I just wouldn't enter a trade. Like, but if it took like one, then it's going.
Yeah.
Like
it's
it's
moving fluid. Like you can just identify Because like the thing is, on those good days, on those like really clean displacement days, people are not bad at, people catch those trades. Most people catch the trades, but the issue is on those bad days, people don't have the discipline. They'll stare at the 1 minute chart. They'll start thinking about stuff that doesn't exist, and it's those days that ruin your overall stats, because you take a loss on those days when it's like if you just avoided it and you kept those good days, you would be so much better off, right?
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like you were saying, like how like blowing like P&Ls on Fridays and especially like Thursdays. Like I took the winning trades Tuesday, Wednesday. I told myself I wasn't gonna trade Friday for sure.
Yeah.
But I told myself like I could trade yesterday, but Friday I wasn't gonna trade.
Yeah.
Because I think it's also too like you have to enjoy your life. Like
Exactly.
I feel like if you don't enjoy your life with trading, like I think I told Jason this,
Yeah.
but I literally would trade at my girlfriend's house, bro.
Yeah.
Like 4 p.m. Like it would be Asia,
Yeah.
like on my phone.
Yeah.
Like I'd be on my phone like trading Asia, like, and you're glued to it. I don't know if
Yeah.
people like I don't know, like you're staring at it for a
Exactly.
long time. Like you don't look up. Like she would tell me like you don't even talk to me.
Yeah.
Like, it was crazy. I remember one time I went out with friends. I took a long in Asia, and we were at like some burger place, and I was literally glued to my
Yeah.
phone, like glued to it. I couldn't get off of it.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like it should just be a little part of your day, and then you're off. You spend the rest of the day enjoying your day. I always tell people, bro, go touch some grass. Don't I don't think people realize, like, if I was gonna tell someone how to become profitable in the fastest way, because people can genuinely start making money after a couple months. Like, I've seen it happen before, but it's like only if you do stuff correctly. Like, in the beginning, yes, you have to watch a lot. You don't know what a candlestick is. Yes, you have to watch some videos, but then when you start applying it, it's like, dude, as long as you apply it, you learn every single day. You take your trade and you're off, and you learn. You gather that market experience. Like, it doesn't have to take that long. But the issue is most people will just like sabotage themselves. The amount of people I see that it's like 2-3 years into trading and they just watching more and more videos, they think it's like, oh, well, I'm not making money because I don't know this concept or this. It's like, dude, if you like statistically break it down, all you have to do to make money rather than lose money is have a slight edge. Literally the slightest edge. Yes, like someone that has a larger edge is going to make more. But if you literally just want to go from losing money to make money, you do not have to be that good of a trader. You really do not have to be that good of a trader.
Yeah, like 1-to-1, like 60%.
That's
profitable.
Yes, it's profitable. Like, maybe you're not gonna make a ridiculous
profitable.
amount of money, but like you're still gonna be good. Like, you have an edge on the market, right? And people don't realize that. They try to go for some crazy stats. They focus on like literally stats rather than taking trades. And it's like, I always get sad because it's, a lot of time people won't listen. They just like don't believe it, and they have to get to the point where you do lose all your money, and then that's when you realize like maybe I was doing something wrong, right?
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like I was gonna talk about that. Most of my actual that's I was gonna say that on my XFAs, most of my biggest like winners were like me taking like profits at 1-to-1s and then like leaving a runner.
Yeah.
So like most of the time, like 1-to-1 was the reason I was making so much money on those XFAs. Yeah. And I had an 86. Like I gotta find a screenshot, but I had it. But it was an 86% win rate.
Yeah.
When I was like securing those payouts. Like an 86% win rate was like a 1-to-1, and I was averaging I think like a 1.8 because those runners were like hitting crazy TPs, especially like the one I had 3 minis in that hit for 5.
Yeah.
Like those were just crazy. But like 1-to-1, like I think people go for too much, especially if you're unprofitable. Yeah. Like if you're trying to pass a funded, we always talk about it. Like if you're going for 50Ks, like you should be 1,000 for like 1,500.
Exactly.
Like if you're going for anything more, that's just crazy.
Yeah.
Like
people don't accept the risk. They try to risk like $300 on an eval going for like 5R or 4R.
Right. Yeah.
And
it's not even your money too if you make it.
It's like a lot of people just have to rewire that mindset. I feel like people are scared of losing, but it's like, dude, when you're trading those, like I'm not saying like those higher systems don't work, especially like live accounts. A lot of people it works, right? But it's like a lot of people are scared of losing, so it's like they'll risk so small and say, I'm just gonna catch this crazy trade. It's like you're probably not going to do that, right? It's going to be lower probability, and most people, another thing too, it literally just comes down to dropping your ego and being like, damn, like I should simplify it. Maybe I shouldn't try to go for some like home run take. Right, I should just take those, base hits. I should take those easy, setups, even if it's a quick 1-to-1. Like I remember, what was that trade that we took on? Was it Tuesday? That like long? It was like a quick like 1.3R, and I just like instantly, just It was like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
little
Oh,
small
yeah,
trade, but it was
yeah.
an easy trade, right? And it's like a lot of people try to go for some, crazy setups, and it's like you really don't need that, right? You
And it
just
was the
need,
most obvious thing in your life too.
yeah,
Like, and if it's something like that too, and you're willing to like really take the trade, and especially if it's like evals, and you're not willing to like almost halfway pass it or basically pass your accounts
yeah,
with that trade, it's not a good trade.
yeah,
Like, because if it's that good, like you're gonna be, and the whole point is to pass them as fast as possible
yeah,
because it's not your money.
exactly,
Like you don't want to just keep giving these prop firms your money.
yeah,
And like the longer you sit on these accounts, the longer you're gonna be waiting. Like
exactly,
we know some people that will literally risk like $300
yeah,
and wonder why they haven't passed an account in like 3 weeks.
yeah,
Well, it's because even if you win,
yeah,
your P&L is like 600 if
yeah.
it's a two to one. Like
Yeah, and it's like people don't realize, like a lot of people will get scared of blowing an account. They'll spend a month on an account, on like 50Ks, maybe risking 300. It's like, dude, you need 10 RR to pass. 10 RR. That's a decent amount, bro. Versus like if you just size up your risk, now you need 3R to pass that account. And it's like, dude,
yeah.
and it's not like you're like some crazy 10 RR. If you catch 10 RR over the span of a month on real accounts, that could be 50, 60, 70K.
You'd be, yeah.
But people just,
That'd be a crazy amount.
yeah, exactly. And people don't realize, it's like, dude, you're scared. Like, I always give people an analogy. It's like, dude, if you spend a month on accounts trying to pass them, it's like, dude, you're down $250 that month if you got 50Ks. Versus like, dude, let's say you blow like 2 sets or 1 set and then you pass the third one, but in a span of a week, and it's like, okay, now yes, you're down 500 on evals and then you activate it, but then you get a payout. Now you're net positive on the month, like a decent amount, versus
Exactly.
that person that just like got scared of losing that account. And here's the thing, I'm not telling y'all to buy accounts and trade them like an idiot. It's like you guys will buy accounts, risk small on some shitty ass trades, and then just like go slow, and eventually I always get DMs. It's like, oh, it's like I get close to passing my account over like 2 months. I got like a DM. I was like, guy took 3 months, risking some little ass amount, and then he just tilted one day and blew it. It's like, dude, you wasted 3. If you took 2 good trades, and maybe you blew
3
that
months.
account, the next month, like the next account, you probably would have passed. And it's like, that's what people don't realize. They have this like scared mindset, and they're afraid of, they think that losing an account is bad. They think that they like connotate losing accounts, blowing accounts as being a bad trader. It's not how it works. You're gonna you're gonna blow accounts. You're gonna go through a set of accounts. It's just a matter of like, hey, how are you trading them? Are you blowing them emotionally? Yes, if you're blowing accounts emotionally because you just like crash out one day, yes, you should be mad at yourself. But if you take 2 good trades, actually 2 good trades, you lose those 2 trades, that's fine, and you blew the account, you'll pass the next one. Like, that's what people don't realize.
Yeah, literally. Statistically, you're gonna pass the next set. Like, because like for example, like my win rate's pretty high. Like I know, like if I risk heavy on these evals, like I know statistically, like if I take like 2 losses in a row and blow the accounts, I know I'm gonna most likely pass the other ones. And I think that's what people need to realize.
Yeah.
Like if you take good trade, like really good trades,
Yeah.
you're gonna pass these evals very, very fast.
Yeah.
But like they'll take like like let's say like today, like let's say you started an eval today.
Yeah.
Today's price action was terrible.
Yeah.
Like and so if you took a trade like on today, you're gonna think you're a terrible trader, and like accounts are meant to be blown.
Yeah.
So even if like you took a trade because they're evals, like you're just trying to take a trade to pass them, like you can't think you're just a bad trader. But like you said, like if you're blowing them because you took a loss and you can't get off,
Yeah.
or you took like a break even and then price is literally like just doing fuck all and like you're still on, like then that's just on you.
Yeah. And the other thing is too, like when you are actually risking heavy, like you really can't trade after that loss because you're already down a decent amount. It's like you really don't have a desire.
Yeah.
You don't really have a desire to take another trade. It's like, I'm just gonna wait till tomorrow, right? And that's another thing too. But I guess the other thing I was gonna talk about is like, what do you like? Do you have anything planned, like what you want to do in the future, like now, or haven't really thought about it?
I don't know. Everyone's telling me to drop a mentorship, but I don't want to do that. Like I think like I just want to be that person that kind of really focuses on myself and just kind of be like, I don't know, like pop out kind of, like in a few years, just be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, like I definitely want to just stay locked in on trading. Obviously, I do want to like save up money, and I do have goals. Like I want to get a whip, C63 or M4, obviously. We're looking for one of those, but like that still takes more time. I don't want to be dumb.
Yeah.
Like I said, like I want to just be patient and trust the process. Like I pray every day, like just for the right way.
Yeah.
Like even if it's like gonna be hard or struggle, like but I think I've been doing pretty good. Like I was telling Jason too, like I really need to like lock in on the gym and shit
Yeah.
because like that's been lacking. So like things like that.
Yeah.
But I know like I also want to make like social media platforms for like cars, like when I have my cars.
Yeah.
But other than that, no. But I do need to find hobbies though.
Yeah.
Like for real, I need to find hobbies.
But in terms of like trading, do you care about like scaling up, multiple firms, or do you think you're just gonna like stay on one? Or
I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know much about that. Like I would have to like do either more research or talk to someone more
yeah,
about that. Like I already got my like 550Ks for Top Step.
yeah,
So and they're already activated. I blew the 150s. So
yeah,
um I have these already ready. I didn't take a trade on them because today was buns.
yeah,
But um other than that though, no, not really. Like I know like a lot of people like you trade like alpha and stuff
yeah,
like that. Like I know like there's yours as well.
yeah.
But I might test the waters, but I know it's a little tricky like trading multiple.
Yeah, it is a little tricky, and it just depends on like your personal goals. Like some people, like, I personally don't care about stressing myself out more to like get to like a crazy amount, just because I don't really think it's gonna make me happier. I think that just being chill, like not really stressing about your training, because I know you don't stress about your training right now. I don't stress about my
Yeah,
training.
I more or less want to be consistent
Yeah,
to like I know I had a crazy month. Like I was talking to AG about this yesterday. Like let's be realistic. I'm not gonna make this just
yeah,
every month. Like it's a good goal to have,
yeah,
sure, but it's not like just something like because this is my first month. Like I shouldn't expect to just make this every month.
yeah,
But like I want to be more or less consistent with it, like 10, 20. Like that'd be fire.
yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, exactly. And like another thing too, like talking about that, a lot of people will have like a good month and then like they'll go into the next month thinking it's like, bro, I have to make more, like I have to improve. And it's like that's just not
Yeah.
how trading works. You just have to be like grateful for the money that you do make as long as you're taking good trades.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
your months are gonna vary a lot, bro. That's just how it
Uh-huh.
happens. And the second you get like you beat yourself up, it's like, dude, I'm not trading well enough. Like I made this much more last month than this month. Like I suck, and it's like you're just gonna be way too emotional. You should just focus on taking good trades. Right, the money will come. The money will vary, obviously, but like don't stress yourself up. Don't like beat yourself up about that for sure.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing too. Like going back to like a few trades, like a month or like a week or whatever it
Mm-hmm.
may be, because like on the higher time frames, like I'm sure you know it. Like a month candle can look like this,
Yeah,
and with like a wick and like dojis, and so like price can literally be bad for like a whole month. So like
yeah,
again, going back to like how your months can vary. That's kind of why like I want to make sure I can adapt to that because like
mm-hmm.
I've been profitable obviously like what like almost 2 months now,
Mm-hmm.
so if like I want that to continue, I know I have to be able to adapt if like
Yeah,
the market's gonna be buns,
yeah,
especially with summer coming up. So like it could be iffy. So I just want to be able to like, you know, be consistent with it and not force things. And I've honestly been doing very good with
yeah,
that. So I'm happy and proud of myself. Like I only took 2 trades this whole week
yeah.
or 3 again with the break even, but
Yeah. No, I feel like you definitely have a good mindset. You just have to, continue doing that because, people will go through those rough patches. It will happen, but then they start overthinking. They start, trying to change shit up when that's just not how it works. If you've proven to
uh,
yourself that when you do something, you make money, and then, maybe you have like a rougher month or whatever, and then you think you have to change something up, and it's like, you really don't. You just have to, continue sticking to everything that you've been doing.
exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like for trading, like you're always going to like self-sabotage yourself the most. Like stuff that happens, issues that happen, like they're all self-caused. Like you'll overthink, you'll end up doing stupid stuff, and it's really not worth it. But
Yeah. And that's the thing too, guys. It all comes down to like what you want long term.
yeah,
Like if you want like cars or like you just want financial freedom,
yeah,
like I remember you saying you started it because of cars.
yeah, it
Like
was
that's pretty much why I started.
yeah,
I've always loved cars. Like I've always loved to be able to like be free. Like let's be honest, that's why most of us start.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And like it comes down to that. Like if you have to like I tried to do some corny shit. Like if you have to sit with yourself like before every market open and just say like I like this is my life. Like if I force something, like this is just gonna be my life from here on out. Like once you realize that like you're doing it to yourself, like you're the one clicking the buttons and doing
yeah,
it all yourself, like it shouldn't have to like I went down to like my last 500. You shouldn't have to get to that.
yeah,
It should just be you realize that you're a good decent trader, but
yeah,
you have to wait for those good trades to come to you. You can't force them,
yeah.
and if you do, you're gonna get like smoked.
Yeah. And I guess like to end off, is there like what piece of advice would you, give people that, maybe are, a couple years into trading and they just like feel like giving up or they feel like it just never going to play out, like what would you, what advice would you give to people?
One, I would say just like obviously review with yourself. Like, what have you actually done wrong? Like, I think if you're brutally honest with yourself, one thing I've always been is honest with myself. Like, if you take a bad trade and like you can visibly see wrong, like let's say price chopped and you took a terrible trade, like you have to be able to like note that down. Like, you have to be able to say, I know I took a bad trade and never do that again. Like, one thing I did is once I made a mistake, I would never do it again, except for like the psych issues. Obviously, that's like what I really struggled with. But if you're doing the same mistakes in trading, it's gonna stack up so fast. But most people, honestly, I'd say 90% of trading, it's psych issues. I don't believe people have, because think about it, there's so many strategies that are profitable, whether you trade ICT, supply and demand, it could be anything. And people are profitable with it because they have good psych, good risk management, and they have a strategy. That's literally all it is. I don't think people need to switch it up. I don't think you need to do anything crazy. I think you just strictly need to, like for me, like I have my rules. So like I need a strict draw and I need clear, like the most obvious, like take to that draw. Like it has to be so clear that I would be willing to put my whole account on it, but obviously still risk like your proper risk and things like that. But I think most people will blow these accounts and think they're terrible traders. But in reality, these accounts are meant to be blown. Like I think I blew 3 sets of 50Ks before I got these backups, but that was only $750 compared to what I just made. Like I don't think, and now I have my backups. Like I don't care. So I think if you're struggling, just maybe like identify what your issue is. Don't bullshit yourself. You know what your issue is. I was over leveraging. Like I would take like 8 minis on a terrible trade. Like I knew what I was doing was wrong. So like I don't think people don't know what they're doing wrong. I think you know what you're doing wrong.
Yeah, that's for sure. Like people know what they're doing wrong. It just comes down to like, are you gonna swallow it? Are you gonna drop your ego and realize like, hey, what I'm doing is wrong? Because people will like be doing stuff wrong and then just feel like, nah, like there's no way, and they just like won't accept it. They won't hold themselves accountable.
Exactly.
Because it hurts like stepping back and saying like, dude, like, what am I doing? Like this actually needs to change, because it's a lot easier to be like, oh, like just gonna get fixed over time. It's not gonna get fixed over time, bro.
Yeah.
You can get stuck.
And people should be happy like about taking like a no trade day. Like if price was bad and you didn't take a trade, like you should genuinely be happy too. Like that's a win in itself. I think people like will be mad if they don't take a trade or if they don't take a win. Like it doesn't matter that much. Like the market has literally been around for so many years. Like it's not going anywhere. Like it's just genuinely not. It's gonna be here forever. There's gonna be a trade every day, every hour, every second, every whatever. So
you really like. I guess the last thing I'll do, before I end this is, a lot of you guys just overcomplicate everything. That's probably the root of most of your guys' issues. You think there's some secret. You think that people know something you don't. That's not true. I don't know anything you guys don't know. Blake doesn't know anything you guys don't know. I promise you there's not any secret. It's literally just like take 30 trades following all your rules, and I promise you will be green. I promise you will be net positive. But most of you guys cannot do that.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Like once you guys like simplify it too, like you're gonna realize like once you stop looking for bullshit, like for example, like when I first started trading, I would only look for the 2022 model. Bro, that model, like that specific model, do you know how often that plays out? Like it rarely plays out, like that specific model. Like there's different like variations of it. Like that's why he has like so many, like the unicorn model, like turtle soups, like all these different things. But if you like, are you really gonna go learn all that, or are you just gonna simplify it? And then like just take one good trade to like a draw, for example. And like once you start doing that and 1-to-1 it, bro, like that low is protected, that high is protected, and you take a trade to like the opposing liquidity, like it's much better than trying to like bottom ticket or catch the reversal and then take 4 losses before you catch your 1 win. So
exactly. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will catch y'all in the next one. So